Teresa Dillon with Great Wine News. I have a very special guest with us today for all you R&B fans out there. I have Miss Christina Milian with us today. She is the new equity brand partner for Viva Diva Wines, and she has graciously joined us for a quick Q&A to give us the inside scoop on what's going on with Viva Diva. So thank you, Christina, for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. This is the first time I've ever done like a Skype interview. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun for us to do.
It's really new. I mean, it's so funny. You think you've done everything, especially with the social media aspect of my career, but this one's a new one for me. So this is pretty cool.
Oh, great. Well, maybe you can incorporate it with the voice soon. Be like, yeah, I did it with Great Wine News. So.
Oh, I'll totally say it. I will definitely break it down. I'm sure I'll mention it in some interview or something.
There you go. Great. So tell me, what made you want to jump into the wine business, and specifically with Viva Diva Wines?
Well, I most definitely am a fan of wine in general. I think in the last 4 years I've grown a taste for it. You know, when I was younger, I didn't really understand it. I couldn't understand just the flavor, just didn't turn me on when I was younger. And I didn't really drink anyways. But it seems like, you know, as soon as I turned about 29 years old, it just became a thing where all of a sudden I grew a taste for it, and I had an appreciation for different types of wine. And it didn't initially happen really quickly. It was like white wine was the first thing. It was like a subtle, slow, like start for walking into the wine world. And then after that, you know, I learned about Pinot Grigio, and I learned about, you know, and then later on going into Chardonnays and moving into the red wines and finding out that Pinot Noirs were my favorite, and then trying Moscatos. You know, there's so many different types and so many different, of course, companies that are amazing. But when I met the Viva Diva brand, I actually got to try their brand for the first time at an MTV event, and I tried their fruit infused Moscato.
Yes.
And I was pretty hooked. I was pretty hooked, and the first thing I thought of is, can I bring bottles back home to my girlfriends? Because me and my girlfriends, we have a lot of time where we bond over wine. I mean, we call it wine time. We go home. It's like we joke around sometimes, because if we're done working, or if we're like having a stressed out day at 3 o'clock, we're like, maybe now is wine time, or maybe wine time starts at 7 o'clock in the evening or 8 o'clock in the evening. So it's a joke that, you know, that any time is wine time, but it's something that we look forward to. And anybody who comes to visit us has to bring home a bottle. Now, I fortunately have gotten together with Viva Diva brands, and I love the flavor of their wine. I love the flavor of their Moscatos. I love the fact that they have fruit infused Moscatos, because I think it's really thinking of like that female demographic, you know, through another lane. You know, it's fun, it's tasty, and there's so many different flavors that I think it's like a magnetic force. It looks good, and not only that, it tastes good, and women just love wine. So I'm happy to get together with them. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great journey.
Oh, great. We're real excited to be able to find out about it and watch you as the journey goes with this new adventure for you. So what are your thoughts on the whole celebrity wine trend?
My thoughts on it, I mean, I definitely see that celebrities, I mean, just like me, I think it's something that we use in entertainment purposes. You know, we're entertaining constantly, and I hope it's not a trend. I think it's definitely something here to stay, because, you know, we've grown a taste for it, and fortunately there are companies like, for me, like Viva Diva, who are open to actually partnering with people like myself. And I think it's a good balance, you know, depending on the audience that you're trying to go for and whom that you team up with. You know, so I think it's really cool, as long as, you know, you stand by your product, and you really are about, you're not just slapping your name on something, and you actually believe in it. I'm all about it. So I think it's really cool that people are, you know, growing a taste for wine, and also just making people get out of their box and actually try it and get into, and I think there's a certain class that comes with drinking wine. So I think people are stepping up their taste.
Definitely. Do you have a favorite flavor from the Viva Diva wine line?
Yeah, my favorite is the strawberry Moscato. Strawberry Moscato is delish. Like, if you have it really ice cold and you drink that, oh my gosh. You could drink, I mean, I don't want to sound like a lush, but it's very easy to drink, and it's delicious. It's so smooth. you know, when I've like given it to my friends, that seems to be one of their favorites for sure. And then behind that, I'd say the Pinot Grigio is delicious, and the Mango Moscato. That's really good.
So, do you remember the moment or the wine that you tried that made you go, wow, I actually really like and enjoy wine?
Oh, man. The first time I really tried wine that I liked it, I remember I was at my girlfriend's house. We call that house the Sugar Shack. And we call it that just because it's like that's where all the girls go to hang out. And I'd have to say the first one that I tried was it was definitely, well, I will say, you know what? I know when it was. And it wasn't even a Pinot, and it wasn't there. I was with my girlfriends, my other girlfriends, and we were at a restaurant, and they tried Moscato, and they ordered Moscato. And it was Moscato that got me hooked, that got me into wine. So we were at a restaurant. I don't know what kind of Moscato it was, but they asked for the dessert wine. I think we were at the SLS at a dinner party, and they ordered Moscato, and it was like a really sweet, and it was served in a really small Moscato cup and everything, glass. And they ordered it, and they were like, get one, girl, I promise you're gonna like it. I was like, okay, cool. So I ordered it, and that's when I got hooked. And I swear every time, of course, it's more of a dessert wine. It's not really for you to drink all day long. In most cases, even though now they've made it a little bit less saturated in a lot of cases, so that you can drink it maybe with your food, or you could just have it without feeling like you just had a cup of sugar.
Yeah.
At the time, it was like a thicker kind of like a honey based, I think, kind of Moscato, because it was thicker. It was really, really sweet, but it was delicious. And I think I had at least 3 glasses, but they were small. Yeah, and it was at the SLS with my girlfriends.
Very nice. So what are your upcoming projects and plans for Viva Diva? What kind of events do you have lined up?
Well, we have a couple things lined up, of course. I always have parties. Birthday party. We're also going to be at the American Music Awards. Let me think. I know we got a couple different things. Hold on. There's American Music Awards. We were just at the MTV Awards. We're probably going to be at the next MTV Awards now that I think about it. Let me see. I know I have it down right here, actually. I wrote it down. Because there's so many things that we're doing. It's kind of cool. I'm like, there's all these events that we have coming up. And I'm like, it's just amazing to be able to now go to these events and be like the one throwing the party.
Right.
Or actually giving my friends the wine this time, rather than always being the one like, oh, try my wine, take a picture. Now I'm like, hey, I have something to offer you guys. Try this. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Okay, so, we're going to be at the American Music Awards. Oh, Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
Oh, Super Bowl.
It's gonna be awesome. And New York Fashion Week.
Oh,
so
wow.
New York Fashion Week is going to be, that one's going to be my favorite, because, we've got fashion infused with, all of New York, especially Fashion's Night Out. It's like this fascinating feeling on the streets. It's like amazing. So I hope that we have a party out there so that, I can invite, the best of fashion, and also some celebrities and models to come and really taste our wine and have a good time. Just like do a nice little, a nice little party. We'll have to figure it out, maybe a dinner party. But those are the events we're going to be at so far. So you guys be on the lookout for us. It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
And then of course I'm going to have my own little personal parties, and I'm going to do dinner parties. Like I said, my birthday party is coming up in September. But every day is kind of an event. So I'm sure Viva Divas will be at a lot of places.
Well, great. I'm so glad to hear that everything is going so well for you, and what an exciting venture for you as well, for all of us wine consumers out there. So again, thank you so very much for joining us today, and we cannot wait to get our Viva Diva on here over at GreatWineNews.
Thank you so much. It was lovely speaking with you, and I can't wait for you guys to get a taste of more Viva Diva.
Yes, we'll just have to join all your dinner parties and birthday party.
Let you know. We'll send lots of pictures, or you should come. You're invited.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Christina. Thank you for joining us today at Great Wine News. Be sure to stay tuned to learn more about Viva Diva Wines over at GreatWineNews.com.